Hello everyone, it is Alex Mack once again, and yes, it is that time of year again. It is Christmas time. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope everybody's having a pretty good holiday so far. And if you are on YouTube at all making any kind of like reviews or anything, you are sort of, but not really, kind of obligated to do like top 10 lists for the year, right? And so here we go. Here we are with so I kind of changed it because I couldn't really think of like a list of 10 things to really kind of put out there. So for me, I'm going to kind of twist it on its head a bit. Everybody's doing their top 10 stuff, and for a lot of them, I couldn't find like a whole 10 of things that I actually like really liked and was into like that. So I'm just going to do like a top 5 of everything that I thought was pretty cool. And so this one is going to be my top 5 favorite Christmas movies. Yeah, so here it is. These are movies I pretty much every year I try to watch, except all of them, mostly except for the one. But yeah, number 5, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It came out back in 1989, and it's the Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo movie. Also has one of my crushes growing up, with Juliette Lewis in it. Yeah, it's always fun to go back and watch this again, and because it's Chevy Chase in peak form. Yeah, it's like he does slapstick really, really good in this, and like, yeah, it's stuff like it's kind of perfect, because even for me, like, I've seen it so many times, but like every year I catch it, and it kind of like leaves my memory a bit, but then like when I watch it again, it's just like it hits, it never loses its flavor, I guess. It's still like, even after like 20-30 times watching this thing, it's still like really, really funny and really fun. So yeah. Yeah, so number 4 is Die Hard. That came out like a year earlier, and just Bruce Willis, of course, and it's also starring the dad of Family Matters in there too. That's like, I remember watching Family Matters and like, wait a minute, that's the dude from Die Hard, and he's playing a cop again. That's wow. But yeah, I love it. Alan Rickman in this too is amazing. His California accent is always a good chuckle. And yeah, this is a Christmas movie. It takes place like during Christmas. So yeah, this is a Christmas movie, and it's the Christmas with action. So next year, hopefully, Violent Night would be added to this list too, because it looks really fun. I think it just started streaming, or it might be on demand now. I don't think it started streaming yet, but yeah, I really want to see that, and it looks really good too. And it looks like kind of like a updated Christmas movie for like grown adults, and yeah, it looks pretty good. Hopefully that'll be on the list too. But yeah, Die Hard, I watch it. I gotta watch it every year, and yeah, love it. And number 3 is Gremlins. Now, and this kind of has places in 2 lists for me, because not only is it like one of my favorite Christmas movies, it's one of my favorite movies ever, basically. It's one of those weird 80s movies that somehow got made. It's like a Christmas family horror movie for kids. But I love it. It's weird, and it is Christmas. Like Gizmo in here was a Christmas present from his father. So it takes place during Christmas. So this is a Christmas movie, and yeah, I love it. Oh, it's starring Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates in here. It's a Joe Dante directed gem. I think you could call this a cult classic at this point. Came out in '84. Loved it ever since. Now, this is the one that I don't watch every year. That's because like they don't show it on cable anymore. It's not on any streaming, and so I got to buy the Blu-ray. I don't know why I haven't bought the Blu-ray for this yet. It's one of my favorite favorite movies of all time. But yeah, there it is. Gremlins, number 3 on my list. It's pretty up there for me. And number 2 is Home Alone. It is the Christmas movie of like my generation. It was a straight up classic as soon as it was released. Yeah, I remember like just all the attention and press the movie was getting back when it first came out, and like it made Macaulay Culkin like the child actor of the 90s, and it is still fun. Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci are kind of like they make the movie really. Even with like all the kind of like Hanna-Barbera cartoon shtick they do in this, they still like cement this movie into like being a classic, and something that I think like delights kids, and like the uber violence like in the end, and like kind of growing up with it yeah, it kind of speaks to like the kid in me still, and total nostalgia glasses, I'm sure, but it's still like I watch this movie every year. I'm going to watch it every year. My kids love it. They watch it every year, and yeah, it's an all time favorite of mine. For like it's not Christmas if I don't watch Home Alone at least once. You know what I mean? It's just not Christmas that way. But yeah, that's my number 2. And my number one favorite Christmas movie is probably going to throw some people off, but Scrooge, that came out back in '88. It's like a modern take for the '80s of the Christmas Carol. It's Bill Murray as the Scrooge character. He's like a TV exec that's like really crotchety, really kind of a douche to everybody, and he's trying to put on this live play of the Christmas Carol, but he kind of gets sucked into his own version of the story. It's Bill Murray as pure '80s Bill Murray, and I love it. This came out '88, so I was probably like 7 when this came out, but I have so fond memories of watching this. Like, yeah, I love it. It's another one that is not Christmas unless I watch this at least once. You know what I mean? And I haven't watched this yet, so maybe that's why I'm not like fully in the kind of Christmas spirit yet. So I need to go and put on Scrooge so I can get in the spirit. But yeah, so that's it. That's my these are my favorite movies, Christmas movies. I watch them every year except for Gremlins again. Yeah, I love them. It's not Christmas unless I like watch these movies. I'm going to watch them like every Christmas from now on, most likely. And I like with Home Alone, I like introduce my kids to it, and they like it. But Die Hard maybe a little later, But yeah, the Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase, introduced them to it. They love it too. The Scrooge, I'm kind of like the only one that really likes that movie like that.